Mexican musical about a transgender cartel leader won the Oscar. And the movie wouldn't even sniff the Oscars if it wasn't about a transgender. Boring as F. Like, the Oscars have been going downhill since this whole application for the wokeness. Basically, the movie cannot be even considered to win an Oscar unless it has one of those themes, one of those wokeness themes, either LGBTQ, feminism, slavery, DI, like so much indigenous people, like there's so much going on. And like, unfortunately, I would say 90% of those movies are just boring and very repetitive. But yeah, let's go and see what Rita has to say about it in Lefties Losing It.
And for Lefties Losing It, and let's have a gander at the Oscars, the night devoted to celebrating excellence in cinema. Well,
Not
except
really, no.
it's not anymore. It's a
No, it's
massive
not.
leftist snorefest featuring a bunch
So
of
true.
pretentious films no one's bothered to watch, but
Exactly.
satisfy the Academy's diversity quotas or inclusion
This
standards.
is exactly what I mentioned. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science Representation and Inclusion Standards for Oscars eligibility in the Best Picture category are designed to encourage equitable representation on and off screen to better reflect the diverse global population. Boring.
As they call it. And of course, they started the ceremony with an incoherent land acknowledgement delivered by actress Julianne Hough.
We gather in celebration of the Oscars on the ancestral lands of the Tongva, Tataviam, and Chumash peoples, the traditional
I'm
caretakers
sorry.
of
Who?
this water and land. We honor and pay our respects to indigenous communities here and
Do
around
you?
the world.
How? What did you really do? Have an Oscar on the lands of the indigenous people? Celebrate. Okay, fine.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
tribe now? Didn't they slaughter the previous tribes that lived there? Matt Walsh tweeted this response to the
no,
Oscars.
they did?
Vacuous virtue signaling. He wrote, she paid homage to the Tongva tribe, but the Tongva moved into Southern California thousands of years after it had already been occupied by a more ancient tribe. They killed and displaced the inhabitants and took over. If they get to claim the title of Indigenous, then so do we.
Like, literally. But if you think about it, like, no matter what land you're standing on, it was taken by someone. Let's be honest. The indigenous people, like, it has to go so far behind. It's lost in transaction. It is lost.
Interesting point there. Almost like lands and people have been conquered over and over again
Exactly,
throughout history,
Rita.
and
Tell them.
perhaps assigning collective guilt or collective reverence and praise to people based on their colour or ethnicity is not the best of ideas. But back to the
Virtue
Oscars,
signal
and when
at
you
its
think
best.
about what a far-left lunatic asylum Hollywood has become, then you won't be surprised that the most nominated film this year was a Mexican musical about a transgender cartel leader. Now,
And like, it's so funny that this is the movie that got nominated and the movie that won. And I literally this morning read what's going on with the cartel on the borders of America. It is chaos. It's like almost waging a war, even though they're gonna lose by a couple of drones in the sky with some bombs. Like, oh my God. Insane.
really, the film Emilia Perez had 13 nominations, including for Best Picture, and it even scored a Best Actress nomination for a dude identifying as a woman, Carla Sofia Gascon. In the end, the film won 2 Oscars, including for Best Supporting Actress
2 out
for
of 13.
Zoe Saldana. And let's have a look at her stellar work. This is just amazing.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
No, no. That's the musical. They even won for the best musical. So somebody actually sat down and made those lyrics and won an Oscar. From penis to vagina. What's going on, America? Please.
Is it for you?
For me,
Yes, she got an Oscar for that.
For
and
that?
the audience, those
And she's
cra-
like, don't get me wrong, she's such a good actress. And she should have won for a different role, like, let's say, Avatar. Maybe not a Marvel, like, but still, like, she's really good actress. But I don't think this was the role that should get her an Oscar.
easy
Like, she
enough
will
to
remember
sit
this
through
forever.
that entire film. Got an education in all the different types of trans operations.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Control laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it's not just actors who've been spewing activist nonsense. Singer Pink is never one to miss out on an opportunity.
Oh, before we move on from this movie, like I still cannot believe that this is the movie that won an Oscar, and this movie that it has been like praised. Like, let's remove the whole transgender idea, but also having an actual person who is a criminal, a cartel leader, who changes and transgenders, and what? Now we celebrate him after all the murders and after all the crimes that he has done? Please make it make sense, you guys. Like, so now a person who transgenders is better, it doesn't matter what they have done before, than a person who their whole life were normal, very well behaving, gentlemanly, you know, following the rules, not doing crime.
Opportunity to make a fool of herself. Here she is earlier in the year claiming
Sorry, I want to go back to that.
is never one to miss out on an opportunity to make a fool of herself. Here she is earlier in the year claiming that...
Pink.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, and every other gender that absolutely exists, I give...
No, it doesn't, Pink. And I don't think you would say that with so much fears and so much pride if you were not in that circle, if you were not in Hollywood. All right? You are completely detached from reality.
The incredible John Mayer!
Yeah, but they don't, Pink. There are two, count them two. Everything else is performative attention seeking. Now to a trans activist posing this important question. The answer is quite obvious, I would have thought, but sadly lost on this soul.
So trans people are considered a danger to women in sports, yet they're considered a weakness to the United States military? Make it make sense, MAGA.
Yeah, but also, like, why would we compare one with the other? Huh?
I would have thought that's because the US Army isn't fighting against female combatants exclusively. If it were, then perhaps your question would be valid, but alas, you just went and made a massive fool of yourself and provided more content
That
for
makes
lefties
no
losing
sense
its identity.
at all. Comparing one with the other makes no sense. It's like, what do you expect? A transgender to go and fight women in military? Like, is that the point? Because that's not what is gonna be happening. All right, not even close. Oh my God.
Thank you for that. Let's have a look now at the great work of Charlie Kirk. He goes to university campuses around America debating lost lefties. And this next gal needs all the help she can get.
Let's say there's, a black kid right now. Would you rather have that black kid have a role model be Kendrick Lamar or Clarence Thomas?
Kendrick, obviously.
So not the black American on the United States Supreme Court.
No, he's trying to ban interracial marriage. He's trying to do all.
Wow, no, he's in an interracial marriage.
He literally
He's married to a white woman.
Yeah, I know the Roe
I
v.
didn't know
Wade
that.
So
thing goes against.
He's trying to ban his own marriage?
Yes.
What can you say? But it's not just the students, it's the teachers too that Charlie...
Like, it is not enough that they lead by action, by what they have done, by their example of their own lives. That is not enough. He literally is in an interracial... Sorry, intercontinental. I'm watching a lot of wrestling. Interracial marriage. And now she's talking about... Why would he do that? He's not dumb to do that. I guess he loves his wife, or else he wouldn't marry her.
Kirk is exposed for being utter fools. Here he asks the teacher a simple question: what is a woman? The guy thinks he's prepared for this obvious question, but watch him flounder.
Teacher, yes. What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Look how he's...
Oh, buddy. All right.
Oh, buddy.
So we define gender
Like, he
as
thinks
a
he
set
gotta-
of preferences that you have. Gender is a set of preferences we have. Woman is a social construct that we've agreed upon. Typically, we imagine womanhood as
Are you
makeup.
kidding
or whatever.
me?
It is.
That's a teacher?
There is a difference between the word woman and being a biological female. Woman is a social construct that...
Oh my God. He literally messed it up for himself. He contradicted himself completely. He brought the biological woman into a woman, a biological female into a woman. No problem. No problem. Then you can be a transgender woman and then female women, biological women can have their own category. How about that? It doesn't matter. Take your names, take whatever. The fact that you admitted that biological female and women are not the same there, you kind of contradicted yourself.
Listen for a second. I'm telling you what it means.
There you go. It's just a
it.
set of preferences, a social construct. So if you like
Definition.
makeup and the color pink, then you're a woman. I mean, can you get more backward than that? They had more
so dumb.
enlightened values in the 1920s.
True.
These are the so-called progressives these days. That's what they call themselves. And our educator continued to dig himself a hole trying to answer a question which a child could easily answer.
Woman is a social construct. We agree on these set of preferences. If I tell you that I'm a man, it's because I want you to know that I like these set of preferences. If I tell you I'm a woman, it's because I want you to know that I agree with these set of preferences.
Can men give birth?
Can men or can males? If you listen to your bio professors, you would understand there's a difference between biology and what we think
So
about.
I want to thank you for proving a great point.
Yep.
What?
You are why we should eliminate the Department of Education. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
That is scary. That is who's
Yep.
teaching your kids.
Enough.
That's why you
Done.
save up for those college fees. I tell you, Charlie Kirk is so effective because he just gives them enough rope and they do the rest. And no wonder
so
the
true.
lefties are tearing down posters for his events. Look at this mug entitled Brat.
Why do you feel the need to do that? Why do you feel the need to do that? Why do you feel the need to tear posters down?
Because I don't like them.
Why?
I think you know why.
Why?
Joining
At
me
least she
now
was
is-
like kind of respectful about it, you know. She's just ruined the posters and just left it there. By the way, she didn't complete the whole thing. She just moved on. She wasn't completely entitled like some other women. But yeah, don't do that. Freedom of speech, after all, you know. That is it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Also, did you watch Emilia Perez? If you did, let me know what you think about it, because I ain't gonna spend my precious time on that movie.
You were a summer and after